Speaking of family trees, Joven comes home.
Nice.
Right?
Nice.
Put a smile on my face.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he and I got along really well. I think he's a tremendous asset to the club. So happy to have him back.
What does he bring when he's? Garth explained that it's probably a month out, but what does he bring? Why does he put a smile on your face?
Well, he's a very, very good attacking player. He can actually play defense. So, we won a ton of games with him involved in the group. Some of his assists, the timeliness, he was the one that put that ball on Nelson's head against Sporting KC. Lots of good reasons to have him back.
You spoke yesterday about the process, like you wait until you have the problem before you start to fret about having too much talent. Now that you know that you're going to have them, but there's still at least a couple weeks out. When do you start trying to figure out how you're going to form?
Well, we gotta focus on a 3-game week. I don't think any of the players, unless Garth is going to really pull a rabbit out of his hat, can get players eligible for the next 3 games. That would be awesome if he did. We got to get through a 3-game week. When the players show up, what their physical condition is, how they play, all those things. When it's always easier to do it when they're here. I mean, I could write 15 lineups up on the board, but once you get them out on the field and you see how everybody fits together, it's usually a little bit easier. So I'm not going to stress out too much. I'll probably put 3 or 4 up on the board, not 15, and then we'll start from there.
And you still, though, agree as far as the lucky to have this kind of problem?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Have you been able to see any video on Arreaga, and what do you think about his overall play, how he fits into the team?
Coaching staff watched a lot of Arreaga on film. Obviously, Chris and those guys have put eyes on him, but very good. And all of the reports from all of the reporters that have been following this think he's a really good, talented player. I would agree. There's lots of things in Ecuador about the best defender in Ecuador, and his World Cup aspiration or his national team aspirations. So I think we have a good player.
When it comes to obviously another center back in a position which you'll already have quite a few center backs, how do you manage that time? And obviously he's 24, he's going to be developing as well.
Yeah, I mean, look, there's been a lot of success we've had with this franchise of players coming in and settling in right away. I would say Nico in 2016 when I was the head coach, Raul when he came here, was very, very good from early on. But there's other people in the league that don't always acclimate the same way. So again, we're keeping an open mind. We'll assess his physical condition. We'll assess how he fits in the group, how we might rotate players for different matches, tactics, all of those things, injuries. It's a long season. We'll figure that out.
Do you feel like this has any impact on Chad directly?
Well, I mean, look, Chad's 3-time Defender of the Year, been a very important cog for us. There's competition. That's all I would say. Chad's not afraid of any competition. Roman's not afraid of competition. Kim Ki-hee, they're not afraid of any of the competition. When I spoke with Arreaga, he's not afraid of it. That's just part of our sport. And so all of the players, as long as they play for the group, it's their team, I will have zero problems with it. And, the assessment will have to be the guy who's in form will get the minutes. We'll still try and rotate players, because guys will get dinged up. It is a long season, and we'll try and at the end of the season when the playoffs come around, we'll try and find the right mix and see who's starting.
Has there been any response from the players? I mean, that you've heard? I mean, have they had any reaction?
Well,
to the center?
they all have heard the news. They had a really good training day today. I mean, that's the reaction I want. I mean, words are always words. When the guys are out there, they're doing their jobs, they're working hard, that's indicative that that's a together group.
Coach, how nice is it that Javier can come in and really learn from and play alongside a guy like Marshall and a World Cup veteran like Torres and a guy with a lot of international experience in Kim?
Yeah, it'll be good. I mean, he was excited because he did some research. When I spoke to him, he had done a little bit of research about the city of Seattle, about our team, our franchise, our fans. He did some research on the players, his new teammates. And so we've discussed that, and he is excited for an opportunity to play with some of our talented players. And I think that shows that he, is serious about this commitment to the club.
From what you've seen of him, is it fair to say he's kind of a different type of center back than Torres or Marshall, or what does he bring skill set wise that is maybe different from them?
Well, I mean, it's going to be 4 different center backs. I mean, each one of them are a little bit different in their own way. I am not adverse to having that variety because I think it helps. If I look at his skill set, he's comfortable on the ball. He is aggressive. He does like to step into midfield sometimes and make challenges. So he's already got a couple of attributes that we feel are important.
Garth mentioned that the club had been in touch with Joven continuously, essentially. Had you personally been in touch with him much over the last couple of years?
Only to say good luck, how you doing, Papa? Some things like that, back and forth, yes. But, I know that Garth and Chris and those guys do a good job. They're the ones that, keep in contact with players that have left our club.
There's been some reports that it was partly homesickness. I mean, did he express any of that?
He did not express any of that to me.
Brian, what does it say about the club when players, go and willing to come back, about just the culture that's been created from the top to bottom in this club?
Well, yeah, there's been a couple stories recently of players that haven't been happy when they've left clubs, but that's their own thing. We always strive for, and this is always a tricky part, because look, sometimes it is acrimonious when players leave the club. I mean, that's just part of it. It's pro sports. A player might feel he didn't deserve it. The coaches might not have seen something in the player. I mean, there's plenty of reasons why those can be acrimonious. Good communication between players when they come to the club and when they leave the club helps ease some of that, water under the bridge, or, leaving without any animosity. And so when Joven left, it was, there was no animosity. Hey, Joven, go do well. We'd always love to have you back. That type of conversation certainly did happen.
Switching off to obviously Houston this weekend. Early thoughts on that game?
Very good team. Again, I think I said it yesterday. Wilmer's done a great job. You watched the Texas Derby the other day. A couple of young coaches that are doing tremendous with their teams. He's got some potent players that he's trying to hold on to. You might know more about maybe transfer rumors from Houston, Nico. Maybe you start working on that for me.
I got you. Sure about it.
Okay, but look, Manotas, Elise, Martinez, they're solid in goal. It's a well-coached team. It's going to be a tough battle, and we will make sure that our guys are up for it.
Raul Diaz continues to just get more healthier and healthier. Where is he at?
Full training today. No restrictions.
What about Will Bruin? Same thing?
Full training, no restrictions.
Do you want to go down the line with the other 4? Everybody full training, or Chad is he?
The only guy, I'll do it the easy way. The only guy that is not out here and is not in full training is Gustav.
How important is this training this week with that 3 games next week and not having as many opportunities? Very good question. So what we try to do is get some tactics in today before the conditioning day. We'll work on tactics tomorrow, set pieces. We'll try and do a lot of that because we know that the training times next week are going to be very short.